Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Sir David Wooten, Sheikh Bilal Khan, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Assalamu alaikum. I would like to welcome you all to today's summit, showcasing the EU as a hub for Islamic finance. I'm particularly delighted to welcome you to London, which is the city where I've lived in since my arrival in this country. You, of course, already know of London's history as an international financial center of great importance. It is also vital in the expansion of Islamic finance in Europe and elsewhere. I'm sure many of you will be keen to see how you can participate in the growth of Islamic finance and grasp the opportunities arising from the high growth in the sector. Ladies and gentlemen, conferences and seminars are wonderful venues for networking, and I'm sure you will renew acquaintances with your existing connections and make new contacts for mutual benefits. The Islamic finance system is founded upon the central theme of achieving sustainable growth and shared prosperity whilst promoting innovation. A great deal of importance is placed upon innovation as it is vital to the creation of new products and services within the sector. Modern Islamic finance emerged in the mid-1970s with the founding of Islamic banks, but the growth has been very rapid since 1990s. With Islamic finance investment worldwide now worth over $1.8 trillion, and it's predicted that the assets will grow to $2 billion shortly, Islamic finance presents an exciting high growth market opportunities. Globally, the market has grown 50% faster than the traditional banking sector. Sharia-compliant assets rose more than 160% between 2009 and 2011. Ladies and gentlemen, the UK is the biggest center for Islamic finance outside the Islamic world. The Sharia-compliant assets in the United Kingdom now exceed over $18 billion. I would like to state that I've owned and built successful businesses relating to insurance, financial services, and properties, and I'm chairman of 4 companies. And my co-director is sitting here in front of me. She not only runs my parliamentary offices, but she also manages some of my portfolios. In my business careers, I have dealt with general insurance, life insurance, and mortgages. Ladies and gentlemen, I've actively supported mutual insurance companies and building societies, and this is another reason why I promote Islamic financial arrangements. The principle of mutuality appeals to me. I may add that I was the first Muslim to be appointed a member of the House of Lords by the Conservative Party. I'm very active in the House of Lords, speaking on a variety of subjects, including matters relating to finance, banking, financial services, and Islamic finance. I am the patron of Islamic Finance Council UK, a body active in 4 areas. Number 1, government advisory work. 2, promoting linkages between ethical finance and Islamic finance. 3, empowering Sharia scholars. And 4, providing tailored executive training. I'm passionate about Islamic finance, as my I can call him my younger brother or my son even, Bilal has alluded to, and I've spoken on this issue at various meetings, both in the United Kingdom and overseas. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm also the co-chairman of the All-Party Group for Islamic Finance Diversity in the Financial Matters. The group was set up in 2010 with the principal aim of raising awareness about Islamic finance in the United Kingdom and the British Parliament. It aims to do this by, one, giving the Islamic financial industry a voice in Parliament to address issues of concern and opportunity. Two, promoting London as a centre of excellence, as the leading Western hub for Islamic finance. And number three, we address issues such as inclusivity, diversity, regulation, and taxation. And we as a group have been lobbying the government to issue a sukuk. And I'll talk about sukuk, and Bilal Khan has already alluded to the issuance of the sukuk, and he was very actively involved in this work, and I commend him on what he has done, marvelous work he has performed. The officers and members of the all-party group are members of the House of Commons and the House of Lords from the three main political parties. The group also has associate members from the Islamic finance business sector to reflect the interest, opinions, and opportunities from the sector. In fact, it is the British government's intention to establish and maintain Britain as the gateway to international Islamic finance. This has created a level playing field for Islamic financial products in the United Kingdom, something Sir David Wootton has already alluded to. The British government would like to ensure that the principles of fairness, collaboration, and commitment will apply to Islamic financial arrangements, and is actively encouraging Sharia-compliant transactions. Ladies and gentlemen, there has been a history of mutual organization in the United Kingdom. We should note that a life assurance company called Scottish Widows, and where is Omar here? He's from Scotland. We will bear that out. There was a company called Scottish Widow, founded in the 1850s. It was the first mutual life company set up in the United Kingdom, which was based on this issue of transparency and mutuality. Subsequently, a number of life offices were established, mainly in Scotland. Most of these mutual offices are now limited companies. In addition, several insurance companies did set up ethical firms which have performed very well. And the one which comes to my mind is Friends Bowden Ethical Fund, which has done very well actually. In addition to life offices, there have been a number of cooperative organizations as well as credit unions which are run on mutual basis. The point I'm making is this principle of mutuality is mooted in the United Kingdom going back a long time ago. In regard to United Kingdom, Europe, I would like to say that there are nearly 3 million Muslims in the United Kingdom and 20 million in Europe. In countries like France and Germany, there are nearly 5 million Muslims both in France and Germany, and Italy has over 1.5 million Muslims. Netherlands has over 1 million Muslims. Austria has over 500,000 Muslims, and the list goes on. If we reach out to non-Muslims, the potential is considerable, as the population of the United Kingdom and Europe are over 60 million and over 450 million respectively. Ladies and gentlemen, Islamic finance should not remain a niche, and this is the point Sir David was making earlier on. But through its appeal to everyone, irrespective of religion, its market should be part of mainstream market, increasing its potential manifold. Islamic financial institutions should target not only Muslim but also non-Muslims, particularly in Western countries, and their products and pricing should be such that it appeals to a wider audience. In fact, I was talking to somebody from Thailand. He said, well, in Thailand there are more non-Muslims than Muslims taking up the Islamic transactions. So really something we should really market, both to Muslims as well as non-Muslims. To enable us to succeed in achieving our expansion for Islamic finance, we need to develop and market a range of products which will fulfill the needs of people and cater for local conditions in the relevant country where we would like to write business. Whenever I think about going anywhere overseas, I first go and study the market, see what's going on, see how your products will fulfill the need. And this is the point, very, very important. Our products must be catering for the needs of people where we want to do business. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm proud to say I'm a freeman of City of London, and I'm very proud of my connection with the city. I was at one time a Lloyd's broker. When I became a peer, I took the name, the title of Baron Sheikh of Cornhill in the City of London. I'm pleased that we have with us today Sir David Wotton, who has been the Lord Mayor of London in 2012. Do you have a cat, Sir David? You don't have a cat, but it's still been successful. In October 2013, Bilal has already alluded to this point. The World Islamic Economic Forum was held in London. It was the first time the conference was held outside the Islamic world. I believe that the organizers were right in choosing London as the venue for the conference. Again, I'm going to repeat what Bilal has said earlier on. We're very pleased to hear the Prime Minister David Cameron announcing at WIEF that the British government will issue a sukuk, which it has done very successfully. In fact, Bilal, thank you very much. I'd like to thank you again for the work you've done on this particular issue. The government has made it very clear of their intent to cement Britain's position as a Western hub for Islamic finance. With the issuance of the sovereign sukuk, this ambition has been realized to a point. We are the first country outside the Islamic world to issue a sukuk, a feat I believe we should be very proud of. Again, I'm going to repeat what Bilal has said. The sukuk received very strong demand and was more than 10 times oversubscribed. And Bilal has mentioned this figure and said it ultimately raised £200 million, Bilal, yes, on orders totaling over £2.3 billion. Allocations have been made to a wide range of investors, including sovereign wealth funds, central banks, and domestic and international financial institutions. Investors from the major centers for Islamic finance in the Middle East, Asia, and Britain were all represented in the final allocation. It will have a maturity of 5 years and use the popular Al-Ijara structure. This is a sale and leaseback mechanism that means investors get paid a fixed rental income on properties placed in the structure rather than conventional interest. The Treasury appointed 5 banks to manage the sukuk, which are HSBS, Barwa Bank, CIMB, the National Bank of Abu Dhabi, and Standard Bank. It's important that we now use this momentum to attract further investments from the Islamic countries. As the co-chairman of All-Party Group in Islamic Finance, we will certainly lobby for further progress, and we will see whether further sukuks may be issued in the future. I think undoubtedly something we should think of, because success which has been achieved on the issuance of the last sukuk. I believe there's certainly demand for them. The global Islamic financial sector is expected to reach $2 trillion this year, extending to banks, mutual funds, insurance, and private equity. Ladies and gentlemen, the Department for Business, Innovation and Skills are also investigating the possibility of introducing a Sharia-compliant student finance scheme to go alongside traditional student loans. There was a widespread concern that many Muslims were being dissuaded from applying to universities because of the interest payment involved with the students' loan scheme. However, Science Minister at that time, David Willetts, was clear that such Sharia-compliant loans would ensure that anyone with ability and desire can go to university. The consultation in this matter has since been closed, and the government has confirmed its intention to provide for Islamic student loans. Similar consideration is being given to introducing Sharia-compliant startup loans in the UK. The Prime Minister announced this at his Eid al-Adha reception last October. Ladies and gentlemen, the Muslim community has for a long time longed for changes that would offer a level playing field between conventional and Islamic products. These recent developments have provided them with just that, what they have been asking for. Islamic finance is all to do with ethical forms of investment and also investing in business and industries that are good for society and the environment at large. Islamic financial work for the benefit of society. For example, there are opportunities to invest in generation of energy by renewable means, both in UK and overseas. Something I'm very, very keen on. I'm passionate to protect the environment. In fact, my maiden speech in the House of Lords was on climate change, and I have participated in the climate change bill before it became an act. There are opportunities for Islamic finance to be, there are opportunities for Islamic funds to be invested in building of infrastructure in UK, which will help the country and also generate income for the investors. There are also opportunities for investments from Sharia-compliant funds in United Kingdom in other ways. For example, London skyline has been transformed by the construction of the Shard. If you have not been up to the Shard, please do so. Lovely, a couple of very nice restaurants, and you get a marvelous view of the whole of the city of London. There have been investments in a new stadium for Arsenal Football Club, and Etihad have invested in Manchester City. The other investment relate to Thames Water, Harrods, Olympic Village, and Chelsea Barracks. These have been funded wholly or in part by Islamic finance. There are a number of law and accountancy firms in the United Kingdom which provide professional service in Islamic finance. And Sir David Wood, in fact, is a part in Allen Aubrey, a legal firm which is extremely very good. They specialize in Islamic finance. The point I'd like to make is there are accountancy firms and legal firms in the United Kingdom which can provide expertise and service to people overseas as well, something we are very proud of. Furthermore, there are numerous institutions offering educational training products in Islamic finance which are more than what is available in any other country. And this Farida here, I was talking to her earlier on. Where is Farida? No? Here she is. Again, she runs an organization which is exactly doing what we are talking about. These organizations also present potential career opportunities that can lead well into Islamic finance arena. Therefore, the United Kingdom has the organizational structures to help expansion of Islamic finance in other countries. I would suggest that countries abroad that are thinking of developing Islamic finance can consider tapping into expertise and facilities available in the United Kingdom, and obviously something which we can offer to foreign countries. Furthermore, the United Kingdom is an important sector for providing education in Islamic finance. Universities such as University of East London, Greenwich, Durham, Aston, Cass, Dundee, and many others are offering dedicated undergraduate and postgraduate programs on Islamic finance. Britain has been regarded as a leading intellectual global center, and the education provided by UK institutions play a key role in providing the human capital to drive future growth, not in the United Kingdom but overseas as well. Ladies and gentlemen, I now want to talk about Takafal, something I've been very actively involved with because my main business has been insurance and is insurance. I would like to say that in London, we have been writing insurance business going back centuries, and we have a long history of underwriting all classes of insurance risk. I talk here as a former Lloyd's broker. Although we have been involved in the underwriting of various risks in London for many years, we're indeed very innovative and progressive, and we have been at the forefront when it comes to underwriting of new and different type of insurance covers. I believe there are opportunities for writing Takaful covers for businesses, mosques, and insurance of buildings. I feel that Takaful cover for these risks can be developed, and there is indeed a market for these covers. I believe that Islamic finance may perhaps be in its infancy, but it is certainly growing as we have established. But I like to mention that people of other religions, leaders of other religions, are also very much concerned about doing business on ethical basis. And Sheikh, in fact, asked me to chair a meeting recently in the House of Lords where we had leaders of other faiths, Jewish faiths, Christian faiths, including the Archbishop of Canterbury. Very useful, very well attended meeting. In fact, Umar couldn't attend because his wife was expecting a baby at that time. He organized the event but couldn't get there himself. I'd also like to say that we have discussed bad lending practices in the House of Lords. And the last debate we had on bad practices was in fact led by the Archbishop of Canterbury. The point I'm making is that ethical finance is not only connected with Islamic finance, but finance generally. Now, I want to talk about universities which are providing insurance courses in Islamic finance, and these universities include University of East London, Durham, Reading, Cambridge, and Aston. I'm very closely connected with University of East London. It's very near where you are, Sir David, isn't it? And they are running courses, excellent courses on Islamic finance. In addition to what they are doing in Islamic finance, I was also connected with courses which are now being organized at University of East London for training of imams. Very, very important, because we have problem radicalization. It's so important that the imams and Muslim leaders are able to connect and engage with the younger generation. Finally, in regard to business operations, I would like to say that I've successfully built up businesses. In fact, one of my companies won 13 major awards, or were highly commended on awards, which has not been achieved by any other company. And I have built these businesses with certain principles, with certain values in mind. I'd like to share those with you. I believe that we must produce innovative and excellent products which are competitively priced. That's point number one. Point number two, staff need to be adequately trained. 3, get staff to work as an effective and strong team. I don't say so-and-so is working for me, I will say so-and-so is working with me. The point is, we must build our staff to pull one way or push the other way. Team spirit, I believe, in any organization is very, very vital. Service standards need to be excellent. Don't put your head above the parapet. until all your ducks in a row are in a row. So service standards, I think, is very, very important. Doesn't matter whatever business you're running. Something you should always be fanatical about, and that is service standards. The next point I'd like to mention is you need adequate marketing. I think something we need to do more work on marketing when it comes to Islamic finance. More marketing. And the last point I want to make is you keep your expenses under control. I get weekly reports on what we have done and what our expenses are. Axis keep control. And this is why the Labour Party, I'm not making a political point, but things went out of hand. We suffered partly because the party in power before us were not mindful of the expenses. So keep your expenses under control. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed the conference, and I hope also that the discussions which take place today and tomorrow are informative and useful in your business lives. Thank you very much indeed.